All right, gardeners, you have harvested your best tomatoes from your absolute best plants this year that have withstood everything, including the heat. Now, with tomatoes, it's a little bit different. We actually ferment these seeds. Now, I am going to save you some trouble and lies because the internet loves to lie. You don't have to ferment these to get them to sprout or germinate, but I will say in my 25 plus years of gardening experience, I do get better results, less disease, and higher germination rates from fermenting. So let me show you how to do it. And lucky for me, I actually just harvested a ton this week. So since we are fermenting, this is going to create a gas within this mason jar. So I am using quart tops because I'm a forgetful person. I will plumb forget to burp these. So one way to mitigate that, use quart tops. It'll just blow the top off. And you'll notice here shortly, I use little plastic containers that almost look like little cupcake holders to hold these seeds and keep them separated because I'm chopping all these up at once to make a salsa. So you do want to ensure that you pick from your best plants, the ones that withstood disease, pest, and heat. And actually, these Gardener's Delight that I'm seed saving from right now, those have been in my garden for 4+ years. I have been seed saving from those for quite some time. These beefsteak are actually the first beefsteak that have withstood my garden and have not been overcame by blight, so I'm definitely seed saving from those. And baby, you'll just have to ignore the roosters. I live on a full functioning homestead. They never stop. So we're going to go through each one of these and remove the seeds. Then we're going to take them over to our strainer and rinse them well in the sink. Once you do get them rinsed well, you want to pick out any pieces of tomato left and you'll take the remainder over to pour into your jar. Do try to strain out as much of that chlorinated water as possible because we're actually going to be topping these with distilled water. Now, this is a neat little nifty trick I kind of figured out to keep seeds from going everywhere out of that strainer, and that's just to put this little cupcake holder right on the bottom. I actually got those, I think, at the Dollar General in the dollar aisle. And we tend to use those for salsas a lot. So we got these all in our jars. We're going to top them with distilled water. Then depending on how warm your home is, we're going to let them ferment anywhere from 2 to 5 days. You may notice a white substance on top, which is mold. That is fine. That is normal because the good bacteria will encumber the bad bacteria. Now, you may be asking yourself, in nature, we don't have all these processes and steps. What actually happens? Well, the tomato sits on the vine, it rots, falls to the ground, it fermentates, and then that jelly-like substance that's around the seed that we're trying to get rid of, it disintegrates. This is a fail-safe. So if that seed was eaten and it went through the lacto-fermentation process in the gut, then that jelly substance would be removed. Then once the animal or human pooped, that seed would go on to the soil to do what? Sprout. So basically, we're just simulating that whole entire process by fermentating. Notice the white scum on the side? That's that mold. So we're going to pour it out. We're going to strain it again and rinse it very, very well. Once you're done rinsing these, you can dump them out on a paper towel. I prefer the parchment paper. The paper towels I've seen where they kind of get stuck, but you can kind of cut those into strips if you want to and plant those. I prefer the parchment paper because I won't use these seeds for about 2 years. And why is that? Because I have a huge seed supply. Now, all you got to do is store these in a cool, dark, dry place once they're fully dry. And they will last for years because there's no expiration date on seeds. The germination rates do drop as each year continues on that you have the seeds. But if you've been watching any type of news, you'll see where 1,000-year-old seeds recently were dug up and germinated. But that's all there is to it, guys.